Art students, Brian Proctor back in the building, ready for another exciting drawing lesson. I'm glad you guys could join me because this one is going to be a good one. This one is going to be for all you comic book creators who are having trouble writing your story. Now, I'm going to give you the no-fail story plot outline. No-fail story outline. Yeah. So with this one, once you finish this video, you guys will be writing up a storm, guaranteed. So let's go to the drawing table and let's get started writing. All right, first off, I took the liberty of going ahead and drawing this up real quick so we can save some time. So secondly, which would be the first, you need a character. You need a character. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys already have your characters. So with that character, you need to know that character's powers. Okay, that's the number one thing. And number two, which is almost more important than knowing the powers, is knowing the character's weakness. Now, this is why I get on a lot of young writers, young artists about creating their characters with so many powers. I remember one guy, he must have had like 20-some, 30 powers. The guy was like super strong, can move at light speed. He was able to teleport, mind control, immortal, able to go from galaxy to galaxy. It was just like the guy was just crazy. It was just crazy overpowered. So when you have your overpowered character, what kind of weakness can he have? So, and that's the thing that's probably stopping a lot of you guys from writing stories, because your characters are too powerful. Who can fight God? Nobody can fight God. So if you have a godlike character and you're trying to create a bad guy to fight him, then you're creating more universes and worlds and all kind of string theories and all kind of stuff. Because if you had, well, let me break this down. The reason I go to work is to make money so I can pay my bills. So if I won the lottery, $200-300 million tomorrow, I wouldn't go to work. So if I had powers of a god or a demigod, let's just say a demigod, I can go through space and travel through time, backwards and forward through time. Why am I going to be fighting somebody in the back alley of New York? That just doesn't make sense. So you have to create a character that people can kind of identify with, because when you have a god character, you have to make a evil god villain, and there's no reason for him to walk around on Earth going to bars and sipping on daiquiris. So ease up with the powers, because he's got to have a weakness, and for this to work, the weakness is very important. So, okay, you have your character, you know his powers, you know his weakness. So now this is the storytelling part. So you might want to get a pencil and write this down. So it's your basic story outline. First, you start out with the problem. When you open your book or you start out with your story, it could be a beautiful sunny day at the beach or wherever. And then suddenly, here comes a problem. Now, that could be like anything from an asteroid coming down to crash on Earth, the sea opening up and creatures coming out of the sea. It could be just a cat burglar robbing your neighborhood stores. Whatever the problem is, it's a problem. So the next step is only one can fix the problem. So your character, your hero, or your team are the only ones that can fix this problem. That's why they're there, because if cops can't do it, the military can't do it, nobody else can do it. Only your character can fix that problem. So your character will either hear about, he could hear about it on the radio. They could be driving, hear about it on the radio, or some special government agency could contact him. Hey, we got the seas opening up. We need you to come do it. So your character is the only one that can fix the problem. Now, here we have another problem. He or they don't want you to fix the problem. Now, this is where your bad guy comes in at. Your bad guy or your bad organization or whoever created this problem, whatever it is, these people or that person, your bad guy, doesn't want you to fix that problem. So he's going to try to stop you somehow, some way. Okay, so which brings us to the next one. Stop him from fixing it, okay? They have to stop you from fixing it. So this is where your weakness comes in. Somehow, the bad guy figures out what your weakness is or your secret. Say like Batman has a secret identity. That is his weakness, is he doesn't want anybody to know his secret identity. Or you could have a true weakness like Superman. So now how the bad guy finds out, that's up to you. Let's say the bad guy has this beautiful hench person, woman, who comes on to the guy and then gets him to spill his secrets to her, and then she goes back and tells the bad guy. So now he is using the secrets, or he is blackmailing this your character by using his weakness. Let's say his weakness was, let's just say fire. Okay, fire, whatever. So the key to the problem is now sitting on top of a volcano where the guy can't reach it. Or if it's water, he builds a floating platform out there in the water where the guy can't come. Or his secret is he might have an aging grandmother in the hospital. So now they kidnap the grandmother, and the bad guy's like, okay, you try to stop what's happening, we'll kill your grandmother. So that's that's what you have to do for that when you find out your weakness. Problem 2, we have another problem. Okay, so basically the problem is now kicked up ×2. So now that the bad guy has the hero on a leash, now all hell can break loose. He can turn the oven up to 550 now, because he knows the bad guy can't, or the good guy can't solve the problem. So if a meteor is coming to hit the earth, now the meteor maybe like splits in 4 pieces. And now we got 4 pieces coming, but the hero is still having trouble with his weakness, or them not finding out his secret, whatever it may be. So somehow you have to have your hero overcome the weakness or that secret. So I couldn't tell you how to make him overcome it, because you're the one who knows the weakness and the secret. So, but somehow he has to overcome it. Maybe he puts a fire suit on and he's able to get to the volcano, or maybe he is has an accomplice who has a boat or something that keep him from getting wet. Whatever the problem is, he has to overcome it. And then once he overcomes it, then he has to fix the problem in true hero fashion. So that's kind of like Goku getting beat down. But then before, after he's beat down, he sees his friends getting beat down, so he gets mad, and then he gets that extra power, and then he's super strong, and he goes and just tears everything up. So you have to have him fix the problem in true hero fashion. End of story. Now, if you follow these steps, then you'll be able to write a story every time, because basically, as I said, this is a basic story outline. You look at any movie, any TV show, any dramatic cartoon, and that's all it is. There's a problem. The hero or the person who is starring has to fix a problem. They run into a problem. They have to fix the problem because of their weakness. Somebody gets kidnapped, always gets kidnapped. Look at Walker, Texas Ranger. What was the girl, Alex? She got kidnapped in just about every episode. So after the person is down and weak, they kick up the problem ×2. Then he has to find a way to overcome and then fix the problem, become a hero. All right, so only you know your character. Only you know your character's powers and then your weaknesses. So then you'd have to figure out what is a good thing that the person will have to go up against. If he's a runner, or if he's a speedster, then of course he's got to do something fast, maybe chase a train on the other end of the world or something. Or if he's a powerhouse, maybe something is so heavy that he's going to strain or use all his powers to do. Or if he goes back in time, maybe he goes back in time and has to change something, or something's changed and he has to go back and rechange it. But as I say, you're the only one who knows your character's powers. Take those million powers away from him. Give him a few powers. If you must, fanboy, if you must have a million powers, start him off with just a few powers and let him grow into his million powers. Start him off just how he just learned that he got a few powers and he's learning to control them. That's a great weakness. I don't know how to control my powers, but I'm learning. But every time I do, I make a mistake somehow, somewhere. That's my weakness. I'm afraid that I'm going to mess up and people are going to get hurt or killed or whatever. So that's something to think about. So that's it for this short video for you writers. Just remember, follow these steps in order, and then you will be writing your story in no time. All right, stop. There's one thing I forgot to tell you. When you're following these steps and developing your story, you can easily stretch this out into at least 6 books. There is no reason for you to have all this stuff crammed into one book. Problem comes, he's trying to fix the problem, he's got his weakness, the problem kicks up, he overcomes it. None of that should not be in one book. You should at least 6 books, because you would bring your problem, develop your problem, show how that problem is affecting a lot of people to where your hero has to come out. Your hero doesn't have to come out 2 minutes after the problem comes about, but your hero does come out. Then you can focus on the bad guy. Oh, this guy is here. He's trying to stop me. I got to stop him. That could be like half an issue right there. Then you have your assistant who, let's just say it's a girl, and she's coming on to your hero, and somehow she finds out his secret. Boom. End of that story right there. Next story, he finds out the secret and plots how he can, or should I say his weakness. He plots how he can snare him with his weakness. So that's a whole 1 or 2 issues right there. The guy is wrestling with his problem. You know, I can't do this. Oh, my grandmother's going to be killed if I do this. What can I do? He could be searching for help, or he could be working out more to get stronger, or whatever the case. But that could be a whole issue or 2 right there. Then the grand finale would be him overcoming and then solving the problem. So don't try to put this in one story. Please don't do that, because you're rushing it, because there is a lot of story development in here, or character development you can do by using this thing here. So yeah, get on with it. Okay, so now we return to our regularly scheduled program. So that's it for me. I'll be back with another video, and yeah, that's it. Later.